And welcome to the microphone, our maid of honor, Alia Jaziri.
Thank you for that, David. All right, folks. I don't want to cut too much into your valuable drinking time here, so I just wanted to also say a few words in honor of the lovely couple on their big day. For those of you that I haven't had the honor of meeting yet, I'm Alia, Allegra's younger cousin. Younger by technically only 9 months, but I'll take it nonetheless. We're fortunate to have people from all over the country tonight who are here to share in the celebration. Some that have known Allegra for years, and some only for merely a few hours. Just for some background, Allegra and I grew up together side by side in San Diego, pretty much as sisters. Every weekend we'd play together for hours. Sometimes Allegra would hone her braiding skills on my massive lion mane, and sometimes we would use up every piece of toilet paper in the house playing mummy. My personal favorite, we sometimes would play makeover on my little brother over there, and I would turn him into the glamorous younger sister that I never had. That was really fun. Until my dad intervened a couple times and then it was over. And of course, as kids, we always had our summers planned together. Sometimes they were fun camps like gymnastics or swimming camp. But some of the time, as a result of our lovely Asian tiger moms trying to mold us into perfect overachievers, we somehow ended up in incredibly boring and torturous mental workshops, mostly consisting of speed reading and algebra camp. Which was fun. Despite having spent more than our fair share of summers sitting in pools of sweat in hot classrooms, memorizing square roots, and then complaining during our lunch break about our homemade sandwiches were soggy from mayonnaise overload, or our Capri Suns were always missing their straws for some reason. Allegra and I always had such an incredible time together in those seemingly meaningless moments. Through our childhood and young adulthood, we've always been able to lean on one another for support, comedic relief, unconditional love, and pointed words of wisdom. And when I reflect back on my childhood, Allegra is such an integral part of all of my memories. It's all because of her constant positive energy, endless creativity, and boundless optimism that we're able to share in all the laughs, sometimes at the expense of our lovely mother, and accumulate fun memories over the tiniest, most random moments. Now quickly on to Brian. I didn't forget about you, don't worry. I'm never worried. So I've been fortunate enough to get to know Brian over the years, and the first time I met him was at my parents' house when he had a huge Indonesian feast. And naturally, Brian was an instant hit, not just because he was outgoing, charming, and just wouldn't stop smiling. But what we're so impressed with was the fact that he actually ate and tried everything on the table. Literally everything on the table. There were some really spicy things on that table. So Brian immediately fit right in with the family, and he proved that he had an adventurous, open mind, and that he could hang and eat spicy Indonesian food and happily pay the price the next day just to impress Allegra's family. So needless to say, from that point on, I was totally sold on Brian. Even though they had only been dating probably a few months at the time, the next day I called Allegra and I said, "Okay, I think Brian's a keeper. I think I'd like him as a brother-in-law." Brian is funny, caring, selfless, and very easygoing, which is a perfect match and compliment to Miss Allegra. I've been thinking about what I was going to say on this day for some time now, and even though I was totally unsure for quite a while, even though I actually think about love and the idea of relationships quite a bit, I think it's a totally admirable thing to allow yourself to be so vulnerable and willing to give yourself over to someone, knowing that you're giving them a part of you that you know that they can easily break. But I guess also the beauty in that process is that you have faith and trust that your partner is also giving that exact same piece of themselves over to you in return. So one can only hope that through this exchange, you will both grow into a unified soul that is now infinitely stronger and more capable than the sum of its parts. So with that said, I'd like to raise my glass to Allegra and Brian and wish them a lifetime of happiness in their new amazing union.
Cheers.
Cheers. You guys.